On June 9th, at NXT Battleground, will bear witness to the crowning of the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion. This championship is the first of its kind ever in the WWE. The women's division has seen 10 different championships in its time, from world titles to tag titles, with counterparts for its developmental roster, but never have we seen a secondary singles prize for the WWE's female talent to vie for. This is a major moment in history, which could alter the landscape of how women's wrestling is presented in the WWE going forward. With the introduction of the NXT Women's North American Championship, it is only natural that the fans speculate about the introduction of a women's Intercontinental or United States title in the near future. As you can imagine, it's crucial that the Gold Brand Secondary Championship has a successful debut and is booked proper there and after. But let's not put the cart before the horse. We need to crawl before we walk and walk before we run. So let's just go back and start with the debut, which is the entire point of this video to begin with. April 6th, NXT Stand and Deliver, the announcement of the NXT Women's North American Championship. And from that moment, fans spoke about who they think should be the inaugural holder of that belt. NXT General Manager Ava Raine states that they decided to crown their first champion in the same manner of which they crowned their first holder of the men's counterpart, a 6-man ladder match. Well, actually it'll be a women's ladder match. To fill the spaces, they hold a combine of various activities and exercises to see who ranks the highest. The top 12 women would then go on to compete in a series of one-on-one matchups. The winners of said bouts would secure one of the 6 spots in the ladder match, and with that, the opportunity to make history and immortalize themselves in the archives of the WWE as the first ever, a feat which nothing and nobody can ever take away. 10th ranked Kalani Jordan defeats 12th ranked Ren Sinclair to move on to Battleground, one of the NXT Women's Division's top plucky babyfaces, well, that's not named Tia Hell, an athletic, high-speed wrestling sorceress. She would be a good fit to be North America's Women's Champion, especially if it's going to be booked in the style of a workhorse championship. I've been watching wrestling for 2 decades, and I would like to believe I've developed an eye for this. And I think, if given time, she's capable of putting on 4 to 5 star matches. In fact, I guarantee it. Meechin, who took up the number 5 rank in the combine, defeated number 11 ranked Tatum Paxley, a member of the OC and a SmackDown main roster talent. I've only seen this woman do good with any time she's been given in the ring, and that should come at no surprise. She's actually a 15-year veteran who's travelled the world honing her craft. Seeing as we are in the midst of an alliance, it's fair game to mention she's actually a former TNA Knockouts champion. 3rd ranked Jada Parker defeated 4th ranked Brindley Reese. There's not much to say here. She's Miss Parker. That qualification alone is enough to justify her being the first ever champion. And personally, this is actually who I want to win. Nah, but seriously, representing the OTM, the baddest attitude on the NXT roster by a landslide, a shining beacon of conflict. She's learning fast and managing to get better every time I see her compete. If she were to become champion, she would guarantee drama, conflict, and entertainment. The number 6, Fallon Henley, knocks off the number 2, Tia Hale. She has been a proper NXT superstar since 2022. Serving in the family bar just weren't doing it for her no more, and getting involved in other people's business has never served her. So now, she's had a change in demeanor, and the only thing she now plans on serving is herself. There's no better way to serve yourself in WWE than with championship gold. At this moment in time, if I'm to be honest, I'm not even 100% sure what she brings to the table, but that could be the beauty of her being the champion. Watching her explore her new attitude whilst growing the prestige of the brand new title in its infancy. The number 7 Lash legend whoops that number 8 Ivy now. The metaphor's female powerhouse. Hey, you know what? I changed my mind. I want Lash to win. Nah man, I love them both. I'ma just sit on the fence for this one. In my humble opinion, Lash is one of the next in line to get called up from NXT to the main roster, and that's talking outside of Roxanne Perez. But with her current storyline, it makes it hard for me to see her victory, and being pinned on the most recent episode of NXT, that does not help. But I think if nothing else, her physicality alone would make her a credible champion. Maybe it could be in her next chapter if they plan to make her go solo. Metaphor have been having some issues, and maybe this is how she finishes her story. The number 1 ranked Sol Ruka snatches the soul of number 9 Izzy Dame, the highest scoring athlete in the combine, and a clear favourite to climb the ladder of North American Championship success. She's definitely the best in-ring talent in this matchup, and just like I said about Lash, 100% main roster material. I think she should be moving up and competing for the NXT Women's Championship, especially after NXT was raided at the draft. The Intercontinental Championship used to be reserved for and used on the superstars who were on the cusp of the main event and the World's Championship. And if they are planning for a similar representation of the Women's North American Championship, putting the strap on Ruka is a no-brainer, and you guarantee yourself a stellar matches that will be capped off with what is probably the most exciting finisher on the roster right now. My conclusion? Well, my heart wants Kalani, my body wants Jada, and my mind wants Lash. But my reality is screaming Sol Ruka at the top of its lungs. And reality is always to be accepted. Facts always trump feelings. So if I was a betting man, which I am, I would pull out a mortgage on a Sol Ruka victory on Saturday. Thanks for listening to my bullshit. Don't forget to leave a like, remember to follow, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.